Everybody, welcome to the video surprise of the day. Today I'm going to talk about replacing the under door seal. So that's the one under the door that protects it from cold weather coming into your house. Please remember to hit the subscribe button, the bell icon when be notified new videos, and I really appreciate that thumbs up. Thank you very much in advance. Okay folks, today I'm going to do some DIY on the exterior entry door. As you can see, I went ahead and removed the screws and pushed this wraparound unit down already. I think they call it the metal U-shaped seal, and it's very easy to remove. In fact, you remove the screws in the front and use a flathead screwdriver and just push it and it all comes down. Simple as that. I didn't get to show the initial part of it, but what it is that you can see the edge over there. They cut that corner over there. Unfortunately, the air actually comes in through the top portion. This is pretty bad, and you got a big air gap. It's a big air gap, not a little air gap, and it makes it very drafty, especially in the winter. And what I got is this MD under door seal U-shaped vinyl, screw on, brown, and vinyl with vinyl fins. So you got screws included, and that's the size. I had to cut a little bit. You do measuring tape, pencil, maybe a little handsaw, and a drill. An electric screwdriver would definitely do. And that's all you need basically. What I went ahead is took it out of the bag right here, and you can see it has a number of fins over here. Very simple product. This one's made of plastic. It's a good thing and bad thing. Easy to install when it's made of plastic, and I don't know how long it's gonna hold up, but it's plastic, but it's easy to install. That's all that matters to me, and it's very easy, and it looks pretty good quality product, and it has a number of fins. The one I have on there right now is worn out, so I went ahead and actually measured and cut a little bit. I had a little saw to cut. Now I'm gonna install it. So what I need to do is use a rubber mallet and gently just tap it. All right, just tap it, and if it falls off a little bit, it's okay. You just lift it up like that, and it comes back up. So all the pieces that were a little bit saggy, just lift it back up a little bit. So notice the one that's previously installed, somehow the end piece I was a little bit higher than the one at the end. I don't know why it was that before, so definitely it's not going to cover all the paint in particular. You can see that difference. So I don't really care if, say for example, it's made of vinyl compared to part metal. It's just like a cover, and the biggest thing is actually the vinyl fins at the bottom. So it definitely does the job to keep the air out. So when you open the door, close the door, you could also doesn't catch. The other one used to catch a lot on the metal strip on the bottom. So after the installation, this is how it looks like. So there's not going to be a perfect installation, I would say. I think it's a pretty reasonable installation. Actually changed a little bit on the front as well. Let me see if we can show you that right here. It went all the way to the end and then some. So a little extra at the end over there. But this other portion, I didn't leave any space at the end over here. The reason is it would be hard to close if I left too much. So I did go all the way to the end, but I didn't leave anything more than to the end. So otherwise it will catch and it'll be hard to close, and you know how it is. You go back and do it all over again, right? Yes, I could have extended it a little bit more, yes. But I didn't do that, which is fine with me. I could sacrifice a little air gap instead of a big air gap like I had previously. So this is the original door for my property, and you can see this end over here sticks out a little bit, and that was meant, it's designed. I cut it like that so it doesn't cover all the air, and you can see the fins also go all the way out as well too. So when I close the door, like over here, slowly, you can see it doesn't catch on the metal piece on the bottom. The fins do touch it a little bit, and there you go. So there's no air gap at all on the front. And it looks pretty good. This material is not bad. Yes, it's around $20 or so. I don't remember the exact price. I'll put something in the description if you're interested in looking for one of these. And here's the outside view. I do want to show the edge over here a little bit more in depth. And even though I have all the way up, it doesn't seem to match the previous one. So the previous one actually seems to not go all the way to the end. So I made this one go all the way to the end. And it, you know, it still closes great. So I had to measure more than once to make sure I didn't cut too much off or cut too little off, because I didn't want to go back and do it again as well too. So I think a total of 6 screws as well too. And if you do it right, you can close the door just like that. And it looks good, and also keeps the cold air out, especially in the winter time, and probably in the hot days as well too. It saves you money. So I think the weather stripping is the other part is not all the way to the bottom. I think we'll see if we find one that's that long, and replace it. So there's a little gap there, probably caused by the weather stripping thing doesn't go all the way touch to the bottom. So I probably need to look for a piece that's that long. That's the hard thing, because my door is actually pretty high overall. The height is pretty big. But you can see how it looks like, right? Over here you want a little extra gap, which is fine. Don't leave too much, otherwise you can't close on this side as well too. Take another look over here. So it stands out a little bit, maybe say a I don't know, no more than a quarter, I guess, right? Make sure you just wrap it around over there. You can see the bottom wraps around, but the edge sticks out a little bit. You can just close it right there. There you go. See, there's no light going through it. And I actually checked it out. I checked this out a few days already, and it's great. Because the room is a lot more warm, and there's not that many breezy air like I had in the past winters. And yeah, it looks pretty good. So like I mentioned, it's not going to be perfect. I do need to fix the weather stripping a little bit on the side. We got those inserts, and I wouldn't be able to tell too much if it's made of plastic, by the way too. The plastic seems to match the other one, although this is a little bit brown, I guess you can see on camera, but if you saw in real life, you won't be able to tell much at all. So that's the one I found. So if it's a little bit brown, it's okay. So if I fix the weather stripping, you won't even see that gap over there at all. So that's how good this product is, and I'm impressed with the product. It's simple to install, easy to cut. This is not metal, so I actually can use a circular saw and carefully cut it through, or you could use a jigsaw or something, whatever works for you. So you can use a handsaw to cut it through. It's plastic. It's a plastic strip. So here's a different view. Very nice, easy installation. So that's will last a while, and the fins actually is pretty nice. The previous one I had, the fins were out, and also I don't know, it was either sagging or something. It was also catching on the side, on the bottom as well too. It had problems closing at times. This wasn't that bad. So you can see the very easy, simple installation that you could do for pretty much any of your home. And you know, the value to be added is actually you keep warm. You know, if you have a furnace or something, your place is not that cold, it won't come on. You probably save money. And you know, the screws, yeah, they're not 100% aligned, maybe a little bit, teeny bit off maybe, but that's not noticeable. I don't really care for that. Of course, you could be very picky and get that to match up as well too. I do need to touch up the paint, which is not a big deal overall. And actually need to get this door repainted as well too. That's a different story altogether. And patch any holes and stuff like that as well on the door. So the other one just went up to there, and it seems like they made the other piece, the other end higher and the other end lower. Well, this piece is actually a lower piece altogether. So I didn't really have a choice to really go high or low. And I went all the way to the end. I just don't want to show that. Sometimes it doesn't really appear that perfect on the camera. But all the way to the end, I fixed the other weather stripping, which I'm gonna go look for. Then you should have really no air leaking out of the door or leaking into the door. So you know, so that's simple remedy, I guess, for the winter, and maybe it helps you if you're looking to weather strip or get rid of the cold air in the winter and save some money at the same time. So this is something that, you know, you could do on many different doors. I have a wood door, by the way, so the screws are very easy to drill in. But if you have a metal door and you want to do this, maybe you want to definitely check it out carefully before you do that. So, and this is all the way to the end, just like that. So please help me out. I would appreciate it if you could put a like and a thumbs up so other people could see the video, and really leave a comment if you have any suggestions to help others out there looking for a project like this. And I'll see you next time. Have a good one. Bye.